Hello and welcome to yet another cast. For you today I have a custom 4v4 played on the Mapgen. I believe this could be a 15 or a 12k map going by the size. The ratings are at quite a high spread, going from 1200 all the way to 1800. And we have the northern team up here, team 1, and the southern team down here, team 2. And let's get into player introductions. We have going in purple, going Aeon, opening first land. Love me some rice. Right? Yes, that is that name, or their name. Then to the east of that we have in the dark grayish green, I believe. Yes, it is that color. We have Nightblood going UEF, opening first land. Then to the east of that we have Low Ruffle as a Cybran in Burgundy Red, opening first land. To the east of that we have in Piss Yellow C2118 Freedom. I'm probably just gonna call them Freedom. Going Seraphim, opening first land. That's it for Team 1. Let's get to Team 2. Right down here in the easternmost position, going Cybran in dark green, we have Hyper, opening first land. They have been featured quite a few times on stream or on the casts now. Then to the west of that, also going Cybran in white, opening first land and second air apparently, we have Sanuman. Then to the west of that we have Furnace Haley going Seraphim, opening first land in Cyan. And to the west of that we have Wakafar opening first land as well, and apparently also going second, third and fourth land. Going Seraphim in pink. Alright, that's player introductions out of the way. Some pretty equal spreading of these maxes. Some reclaim as at some spots around the map, just in a few clumps. Nothing too noteworthy. A bunch of tree clumps as well. Don't think those are actually tree clumps, I think those are just separate trees. So yeah. But not a lot going on. Also well, okay, the max count isn't that low, but they seem quite a bit spread out, so that just irritated me for a moment. But yeah, that is all the player introductions. That's also the reclaim situation talk about. Right, let's take a close look at the map. We have some basic hilly thingies on the sides here, with a very open middle and some lanes right here on the sides. Some spots where Navy could be placed, but I don't expect there to be any actual Navy. I mean, you could probably place a nukes up right here and reach the base of the opponent, but would seem very weird to do that. I mean, it would certainly be funny, but it's also not really effective. Something to talk about is game balance. We are only looking at 79%, but these players are all very high rated, and I believe this game was the name of the game was by the name of the game I suspect that this was maybe in a preparation for a tournament or something like that, not sure. By the name of the replay, so it's probably gonna do. And I still expect quite a decent and balanced gameplay out from this. But technically Team 1 does have a rating advantage on their average rating. So let's take a look at eco. Still quite even, with Team 1 currently being slightly ahead at around 6 mass and 1k mass more produced. That is a bit, but not really a significant amount right now. Let's take a look at reclaim. Not a lot of reclaim has happened. Unsurprising considering the fact that there's not a lot of reclaim on this map. And already here shit shooting. Right. We have a singular fam out from Wackefer that managed to run by here, pick up an engineer kill I believe, yes. And damaging this one T1 max a bit, but not significantly. Just putting that down to around half health I believe. But the ACU of Love Me Samurais is getting closer to that and will just kill that in one shot. And there goes the threat to that max, surviving at 94 HP. Let's take a look at airplay. We don't have any air currently out for Wackefer, though there is an air factory queued. We have a air factory out for Furnace Haley. Probably just gonna call them Furnace. We have an air factory out for Zeneman. And we have an air factory out for Hyper. So everyone in the southern team, with the exception of Wackefer, has an air factory, and Wackefer is currently still building one. We have for the northern team a air factory out for Freedom that has a bomber queued. There's also a bomber already out for Furnace. Let's see if that will pick something up. Didn't seem like it. Got detected way too early and thus was not able to do much. Though there is a bomber out for Freedom. Now there is also an air factory out for Lol Ruffle, which is actually queued to go to T3. The complete build order to T3 has already been queued up. So they already have their build planned out for quite a bit. A nice spot for an air factory has been prepared by Nightblood, though this is still empty right now, so it will take a while till there's actually gonna be an air factory there, I guess. And I don't see a air factory currently out from Love Me Samurais, so I don't expect any help from that. Love Me Samurais only having very little amounts of stuff in their base, apparently. It threw me off for a moment because the other bases are far more developed. But still, Cormax all T2 already, so fair enough. Though, that shouldn't be too surprising, we are 6 minutes into the game. Getting T2 core maxes is not really that surprising at this stage. Saying that Nightblood is a bit slower, but I think they also were a bit more aggressive on expanding and grabbed a lot more of these maxes, so it makes sense that they started their upgrades later. Now in the meantime, a gun upgrade going out for Furnace. A gun upgrade also going out for Wackefer. Are there any gun upgrades that have been finished yet? No, I don't believe there are. Oh, there is however a T2 upgrade out for Nightblood. Getting already working on a Triad. And I believe that Triad... Oh, no, okay, it's not in range of Furnace's ACU. However, it's very close and that will probably cause some issues down the road. And it will definitely get that Raider and that Max. And also heavily harass his army. A suboptimal development. T1BD also now being thrown up to just help defend against that, since the Triad is of course not very effective against just pure T1 spam, only being able to outrange it. T1PD just generally having a lower amount of DPS than their T1 counterparts, and relying heavily on that range. Gun has now finished for Furnace, as well as Wackefer. And Furnace is moving onto that Triad, trying to take it out, I believe. Or probably. Close enough to fire upon it, I guess. But, okay. Took some shots at Nightblood, now retargeting onto that Triad. No overcharge though. Does Furnace have E-Storage? Yes, they do. Do they have power? No, they don't. Well, there's the issue. Furnace already down into the yellow. You hate to see it. And one PD taken out, however, there was a second one that has finished. even though it's currently not targeting Furnace. Never mind, I spoke too soon, it has retargeted on Furnace's ACU. So they are forced to retreat. And Nightblood just rebuilding the Triad on the rack of the old one, getting thus saving quite a bit of mass and build time, and thus getting more defenses up. Also getting work on a stationary flag as well as a busker to help defend this position against any potential attacks to take it out. So this position will be solidified now, I guess. In the meantime, the ACU from Rockefeller is pushing on the western side. And Hyper is also pushing very aggressively without any upgrades. Right here on the eastern flank. Having quite a bit of spam just running by here. And maybe trying to go for a flanking maneuver with the ACU. And Rockefeller just creeping up with T1 PD behind that ACU. I suspect to just have positions to fall back to more easily. A interesting strategy, I can definitely see that working out. However, since that since that PD is only T1, there's of course the limitation that that still relies on the ACU on taking out any T1 RT to actually keep that PD alive. In the meantime, there is also now a gun upgrade for Xenoman going up. Freedom has also finished a gun upgrade in the meantime. And Love Me Sunrise has gun range, I believe. Yes, with that fire rate, that is certainly gun range. Okay, Xenoman finished gun is going stealth. I suspect that they may also be going the next upgrade, the nano upgrade right after that. Let's take a look at tech. T2 air has been achieved by Furnace and Xenoman. There is T2 land queued up for Hyper. And there is T2 land already achieved by Rockefeller. For the northern team we have T2 land achieved by Love Me Sunrise. T2 land achieved by Nightblood as well. They are now also building their air factory. A bit late, but at least something. And T3 air at 85% for Lol Ruffle, who have been quite really quiet this entire game. Now starting to become a bit more, but rushing that T3 air, allowing them to be a lot more aggressive at only 11 minutes. Also, there is T2 land out for Freedom, though that base is currently being raided by a army out from Xenoman and some stuff from Hyper, taking out one T2 max right here, and potentially even taking out that T2 HQ. That would be very suboptimal. But I think that HQ will actually survive this. Yes, the Mantis down here are being dealt with, and so are the ones out from Hyper. And the HQ survives. Only one T2 max went down, I believe. Wait, no, this max also went down, okay. Though I don't know if that was T2 or T3. T1 or T2. It was probably not T3. Gun upgrade, or gun speed upgrade now going up for Love Me Sunrise. They did go for advanced range, and are now just being housed down by the ACU of Rockefeller, who is however taking a beating while just standing there from all these Auroras. Now let's take a look at the middle. Furnace heading down into the red. I suspect due to that PD and trying to push that. Xenoman, not actually having gone for Nano, has pushed that PD though, with that stealth, being able to just attack that undetected, obviously, due to being stealth and having that gun range. But some T1 bombers out from Freedom trying to just... Right, they are trying to snipe Thorners now with T1. Also a Corsair out from Low Ruffle, doing more damage. We've got some NTs out from Xenoman trying to help to take out that Corsair. But Thornus down below 1k HP at 300 HP. If those T1 bombers get another pass, and I believe they will, that would be it for Thornus. 500, 200, oh. Just around 200 for a moment. But the Corsairs got another pass, and thus the highest rated player of the Southern team has been, and also this entire game, has been taken out. Every but one player of the Northern team now being higher rated than their Southern counterparts. It will certainly be a development now. Love Me Samurais trying that gun speed upgrade again. And some more Corsairs out from Low Ruffle, just attempting to get some more ACU kills. Though I don't expect those to be too effective. Right, we now have the gun and Nano going out for Hyper. Nano still being under construction. Something I definitely like to see, because I'm personally a very big fan of the Cyber Nano upgrade. It's just incredibly powerful. And also allows a lot more utility with that Cyber Com. Since stealth is great and all, but if you actually get up in a proper fight where your opponent is able to see you, you're screwed. Because stealth beforehand didn't increase your HP pool too much, and also didn't grant you too much regen, and the Nano is definitely helping with that now. I mean, also with one of the side-running things being their regen, Nano just makes sense, I guess. Now in the meantime, there's also no shield going up for Love Me Samurais. They actually did go down into the red, down below 2k HP still. So I understand why they would increase the HP pool. Nano also going up for Freedom. And... right. Nano now finished for Hyper. But also not a moment too soon with that army out from Freedom pushing that ACU, which will now just be taking out this army, overcharging some of these Ilshivas that are actually in there. Some Rhinos for Hyper now coming out as well. And T3A has also now been achieved by Vagathor, who inherited the base of Thornus Haley. But there's also T3 Air out for Xenoman, so the Southern team has 2 T3 Air players. Are there any more T3 Air players for the Northern team? No, does not look like it. At least not right now. Yeah, no, there is no additional T3 Air players. There are still some T1 bombers just being built up by Freedom. And just some NTs and scouts out from Nightblood for the Northern team. Of course in conjunction with the ASF out from Lone Ruffle. We had 15 minutes, let's take another look at the economy. Vagathor, of course, at the highest economy. Yeah, that's how it's sorted by total numbers. Sitting on double base with 117, followed by Love Me Samurais at 87, followed by Nightblood at 85 now, and after that Hyper. Just gonna leave it at that. There are of course more players after that. The Northern team is actually a bit ahead on eco, with around 30 income. That is actually pretty sizable. Oh, 40 income now. The gap is widening. And with the speed it is widening at, I almost suspect that is reclaim related. But I can't be too sure. Maybe they just finished quite a few max upgrades. But yeah, that is a sizable gap now. There are now also ASF out for Baggerfall and for Zeneman. However, there are also Corsairs now trying to snipe Zeneman's ACU. Understandable, since with that stealth, that ACU is gonna be quite annoying to deal with, since it does not show up on radar. But their the one ASF out from Zeneman being sufficient to just take out that Corsair and getting rid of that threat. In the meantime, Hyper's still pushing very aggressively with that com, taking out a radar. Raiders, of course, always being very nice to pick up, since that is going to allow, since you basically take out the eyes of your opponent. Baggerfall does have a strat, though it has been picked up. The ASF of Lol Ruffle now have attacked, and that strat is going down before it could do any serious damage. I believe that was going for Lofty Sunrise. But... okay, no, that she did not go down. What? I just want to check, wasn't sure about that. And I couldn't really tell, so from the animation for a short moment, so I had to go zoom in a bit more. Sunrise, you just died. It was Seraphim. I think that may have been Freedom, yes. Hyper was able to walk down Freedom with that superior HP pool, and I guess also the support from Zeneman. Hyper now at 96 regen, at 3 stars of veterancy, or not really stars, but I guess for Cypern it's Eagles or something like that. 3 ranks of veterancy, I guess. But yeah, with that, the kills are actually even on the player counts. Of course, the ratings for teams are still uneven, with Athornus having been that highly rated, but the game is equalizing now a bit. And there are again more triads going up from Nightblood, though they are being attacked by the ACUs of Zeneman and Hyper, respectively, taking out DPDs and allowing them to just keep attacking. With Nightblood already down into the yellow, down below 10k HP, the remaining PD is focusing down on Hyper. Though with that 96 HP regen, that ACU will be holding out quite well. And now a combined push out from, or not really a combined push, because Hyper decided against pushing in with that army, but with the units of Zeneman now also pushing in, this position will definitely go down, and maybe we will even see a second ejection in a short succession, with Nightblood bowing out as well, going down to that ACU push. They are currently being walked down by Hyper's ACU. It did go down into the yellow now, at 12k HP, but there goes the ACU of Nightblood, and suddenly the kills are actually looking in favor of the Southern team. The Southern team, for the first time since Furnace went down, being able to get a proper advantage, I think, on their ACU, on the account of ACUs. All units now being handed over to Lol Ruffle. Right, they went to Love Me Sunrise, but since it was this flank, they decided to hand them over to Lol Ruffle, since they are closer, and being closer makes it easier to micromanage it. However, it's important to point out that there is a Reverend out from Lol Ruffle that is now on Zeneman's ACU. It did, however, didn't get shot down. Those were some ASF that were shot down. but it's still attacked by the ASF of Wackerfer and Xenoman, so that strat will not get a second pass, and thus there is no further damage done. And Hyper and Xenoman still using their ACUs very aggressively. Very nice to see. And since... Okay, there are, I was about to say, since there isn't any proper attacked up units, I guess that is fair enough, but saying that there are now Titans moving up for Love Me Some Rice. Yes, T3 land has been achieved up here. Haven't looked at that for a while. There's also T3 Aeon land out for Love Me Some Rice. In the meantime, T3 land has also been achieved by Wackerfer. Currently building some of them. Is there T3 Cybern land? Where's the HQ for... Right, this is the HQ, and no, it is currently still being built up, but it's still taking a bit. Though there is quite a bit of assistance on this upgrade, so it will still go up rather quickly compared to normal. But HQ upgrades just tend to be a bit slow, so... and very expensive, so this is still gonna take a bit. Now, is there any T3 land out for Hyper? No, but it's at 90% upgrade progress on the HQ, so there's about to be. And T2PD out from Wackerfer is able to hold off these Titans, with Nothas now going after Love Me Some Rice's ACU. And I think that the Southern team may have won air and thus actually, which is the reason that they can actually just send these Nothas after the ACU, because they aren't really being contested on air right now. And if they manage to land that, if they manage to take out another ACU, that would of course put this at a 1v3 situation, which would be a very bad prospect for the Northern team. Or in that case just lol Ruffle. But Wackerfer decides... Oh, no, the Nothas are, now have a new target. Right, the Nothas are now just targeted on the Harbies, on the Harbingers, instead of the ACU. Also a fair target, I guess, since Harbingers tend to be very powerful. And they also are fighting Ilshivas, which will usually go in favor of Harbingers if you go number to number. Ilshivas obviously being a lot cheaper, but yeah. Oh, Love Me Some Rice down to around 2k HP. But note that she is not actually back up. Two more Nothas approaching, one more dropped, that shield is back up, so they are at a pretty healthy situation right now. Nothas trying to come in, but some very good dodging and stuff allows Love Me Some Rice to stay alive. Also, of course, that shield allowing them to just keep regenning their hull while the shield keeps the ACU at significantly higher health now. Though the shield is going down rather quickly. But the T1AA makes sure that these Nothas only get one pass off. And I think that Wackerfer just gave it up. Reasonable decision to not keep throwing the Nothas at this, as it becomes very apparent that that's not too successful. But there are 4 more. Thank you, Anonymous. I'm giving my best. I'm still very new to it, but I think I'm getting a bit, I am getting a bit of a routine now for casting. But yeah, Love Me Some Rice back above 4k HP on the normal pool, and the shield is getting a bit... is now above half HP again. Wouldn't say it's that late, but fair enough. Now let's take a look up here. We have some Percival's out from Love Me Some Rice. Moving further east, maybe trying to push back the push out from Xenoman and also these few rhinos out from Hyper. The other thing important to point out is that Lol Ruffle is building a Monkey Lord right here. They are currently sitting at only 146, really. But they have quite a bit of mass banked, so that is still going to work out quite well for them. And right, I think that was just a ping on that ACU of Rockefeller, since that does not have any survivability upgrades. I just saw that ping, wasn't sure what that was about, but may have been the ACU. Possibly for a snipe. Though I don't see anything to snipe with right now. However, I would have almost missed it. There is a major push of Harpies going on this western yes, it is the western flank. Going on this western flank, out from Love Me Some Rice, getting rather deep. Though it's starting to pull back now. I don't think that's actually that good of an idea, since they have a major numbers advantage and they could just keep walking down here into that main base of Rockefeller, I think. But maybe it's not that obvious. Another strat out for Rockefeller. Let's see what that one will be up to. Or maybe not. Let's not see, because I'm probably just gonna miss that. But pointing out that Monkey Lord, there is a chicken almost finished for Rockefeller. That will be a pain to deal with for Northern team. Is there anything like a monkey going up for the Southern team? Doesn't seem like it. But yes, the chicken is finished. The monkey is a bit over halfway done, currently at 75. So actually a bit more than just slightly over halfway, at 3/4. It did just get into the green, but it will not help against the chicken that early on, though that is currently just being sent over to help with this push up here. With there also being quite a few Northers being used to just harass this push from the north, and sniper boards firing onto those as well, doing some more damage. Love Me Some Rice just finished an experimental, right? They just finished a GC. So I completely missed that. However, the Monkey Lord is about to finish. And with that, the Northern team does actually have an experimental advantage. With 2 experimentals against 1, though a second chicken is halfway finished. But I don't see any experimentals under any other under construction currently for the Southern team, so that could become a significant issue. Also, Percy is obviously being very strong when dealing with experimentals, and there being a massive force of Percy's out for Love Me Some Rice. So this situation is not looking too great for the Southern team right now. They are also down on map control, with the map being split, let's say 2/5 or something like that. Maybe 4/7 or so. Very close to halfway, but not quite. And thus, the situation also eco-wise should be looking in favor of the Northern team. But it actually isn't. The Southern team is ahead on eco. Surprisingly, for the first time in this game. They are still behind on total mass produced, though that is catching up now with them having the advantage on just income. And here's the Monkey Lord. I think that has been given over to Love Me Some Rice. Where's the GC? Right here it is. For its 99,999 HP. So for all intents and purposes, 100,000 HP. Honestly, since the game can support 100,000 HP as a number, I think they maybe should actually change that at some point. Though maybe it's also just as not to the original game, just from 15 years ago. I don't know. But the second youth offer is about to finish, and with that, experimental parity will be reached. I don't see any further experimentals going up, with the exception of more GCs, never mind. Another GC has already finished, so the northern team still had on one experimental. But now it's no longer, but they still no longer have double the experimentals, so the advantage is no longer that big compared to before. Though there are no further experimentals being under construction for the southern team now. But also with the support of sniper bots out from Wackerfer, maybe it won't be that important, as sniper bots are also very effective at taking out experimentals. And we also now get some Corsairs that were built up by Xenoman. Pushing in on those, or not really pushing in, but moving in. I think those are targeted on the monkey. I think that was just a basic attack move. The Percy's now also moving in. Those are going to be very dangerous. The GC just sucking up units left, right and center. And very bad. And one of the big problems here also is that they are taking out sniper bots. Something I really don't want to see. The Waffa now being targeted down by both the Monkey Lord and the GC. Goes down, though the Monkey Lord took heavy damage. About to go down as well, there it goes. It's not, but it's still facing a large amount of Percivals and a GC. Though the GC is only at is below half health. So that GC will probably go down. The Percys will still pose a massive issue right here, as they will probably take out the chicken. And the chicken managed to get its last plasma volley off, but goes down to the Percivals as expected. However, still a large group of sniper bots left. They may be able to take out the remaining Percys, at least the ones that don't die to the lightning storm. And that was some pretty long range fires. Are there sniper bots or was that T3RT that I miss? I think that were sniper bots that I just can't see right now. But yeah, there are surprise strikers. However, while all of that happened, there is a push of a few bricks just moving in on the base that formerly belonged to Freedom. Taking out the T3 land HQ right here. Xenoman getting quite deep with that, and also Hyper pushing in from the flank. Managing to abuse the fact that Love Me Some Rice has been completely focused on the western flank, while Lol Ruffle was apparently neglecting to stay on top of that. There are no gunships trying to defend against that, however... Wait, is there AA? Okay, there's no AA, never mind. I was about to say, however, there is AA up here, but I would have been lying, there is no AA. Now, in the meantime, another Monkey Lord has been finished for Lol Ruffle. It is moving just north now to help defend. But more max is going down. Eco being more and more damaged, Lol Ruffle being down below 100 mass income now. But Love Me Some Rice, due to that experimental push and also with the new, with the most recent GC, is now pushing into the base that formerly belonged to Wackerfer. So Wackerfer collapsing at the same time. Situation is looking very badly. Hyper has gotten laser and is now also getting teleporter. Do they have the power for it? Yes, they do. They don't have the mass for it, but They are only 48 seconds for it, so whatever. Teleport, of course, being a very power-intensive upgrade. Do we have any tele defense? Well, I mean, the monkey will probably do a tele defense, but I don't see any proper tele defense. Well, never mind, there's also GC in this base. That will probably also do the trick. And we'll probably be able to take out a ACU that tries Italian. But yeah, Love Me Somewhere is currently just walking out of the water. Outside of the water, just going on a stroll eastwards, maybe trying to use the ACU to defend. Though it only has basic shield and does not that much HP. Yet saying that Monkey Lord will prevent any tele attempt from actually getting through or doing any damage. As that would just be a suicidal decision. Saying that monkey has 1600 HP, how much does Hyper have? 1500. Oh, did I miss? That's 16,000. Yeah, never mind, that's 15,000, yeah, okay, never mind, I'm stupid. Since the pairs are pretty similar, I suspect that if the monkey was somewhere down below 10k HP or at around 10k HP, that would actually be survivable. Also, I believe the ACU with gun, if you have gun upgraded, the ACU laser is actually does actually have a higher range than the Monkey Lord. So it could work in theory. Straight out from Wackathon trying to defend. The AHQ for Wackathon, or the air production up here in that base, has been taken out. Now down to these 3 air factories, all of which are building strats. A megalith is under construction for Xenoman. Fair enough, the megalith is very tanky and very powerful. And the chicken right here just being used defensively to take out this army of Perseus and other stuff. Though it is taking sniper bot fire and does already shedding HP, and with that GC coming in as well, that is not looking good. Though saying that, there is still a massive push of tier 3 up here. The Monkey Lord of Low Ruffle is now moving up to counter that. But I don't think it will suffice against this amount of bricks, as those will probably just eat through that HP pool of the chicken. Not of the chicken, of the Monkey Lord. The chicken for Wackathon went down. The lightning storm is however taking out the army now, or at least doing heavy damage to that. They did remember to push in the army, the chicken into the army, to get as much damage as possible with that lightning storm. And Nothas, not Nothas, and Corsairs in conjunction with that strat now being used to take out this GC. Now, saying that, another GC has just finished. Hyper does have teleport, however there is nowhere to teleport to right now. Though they could upgrade Torpedo instead of Laser and maybe get Low Ruffle, since that is now an upgraded ACU and the Cybran Torpedo upgrade is quite powerful. It's an unusual strategy, but oh, there is a teleport and it is going right up here, about to take out the air grid. T2BD is desperately being thrown up, though the ACU landed and where's the laser? Ah, there it is. Laser had some starting issues, I guess, being unable to properly start, and short lag spike also prevented from retargeting, I think. ACU at around half health, but already over halfway done with the teleport progress, teleporting right back and successfully having taken out the air grid. And there goes the ACU now, it's gone. back into the back into this pond right here in the back. In the meantime, another GC is now just walking right into this area. There's no longer anything to actually contest that. There are some bricks out from Sandman countering the units up here. And there's still this massive push up here that can that would ideally deal heavy damage to the remaining infrastructure of Lord Ruffle, who has lost all maxes apparently, or wait, no, I believe they are just power locked. Yes, they are very heavily power locked. What are they doing? Oh, they're building a T3P gen with, well, with ACU power income and a lot of build power on that. I'm not surprised. However, with that, the Omni of the Southern team is also out for the count, since that is no longer able and does no longer have the power to actually operate. And the Monkey Lord doesn't have stealth anymore, though that is not going to be too important for much longer, as that Monkey Lord is about to go down anyways. Or it isn't, because the bricks retarget on everything but the Monkey Lord. Well, I guess the Monkey Lord does survive. Surprisingly. I hear another chicken down here in the south, right? Chicken for Wackerfer just finished. And the megalith for Sandman is also just about to finish. Though I think all power infrastructure for Sandman has died. All power, most of the power for the Southern team now just coming out from Hyper. Hyper just overflowing to the entire team, keeping these ecos afloat. The Megalith has now finished. It has taken a bit of a beating, and since the Megalith no longer has any base regen, that will now have to sit at 90k HP, though that's not too bad. The chicken, however, did get most of that damage and is regenning now, even if slowly so. But there is also still the nearly 15k reclaim from that GC now just lying right in the main base of Wackerfer, or central area of Wackerfer. Not really the main base, but it was the main base of Thornus, so it won't really be their main base, but whatever. The GC that was pushing up here is about to go down. How are ecos looking? Team 2 is actually still ahead on eco. Surprisingly, considering their current map control, and something I completely missed is that Hyper managed to build up a nuke. Now, it must have just finished because it just started loading, but let's see, are there SMBs? No, there are not. So, I suspect this nuke has not been scouted. And if that actually is allowed to load, that may be able to actually win the game for the Southern team. Let's see, do they know of that? No, they have not scouted in quite some time, so they don't know that there's a nuke. Also, they're not able to spend their mass, but same goes for the entire Southern team right now, so whatever. Okay, Hyper also just finished the Megalith. So the experimental counts are equalizing now. That will allow the Southern team to push back, retake their ground, and stabilize their front line. The GC up here is dead now, and there's also this chicken rack right next to it, so that is another 26k reclaim. That, and I think in conjunction with everything else, that's around 40k. So definitely enough for another experimental. Thorn is also pinging out the inordinate amounts of reclaim. A monkey is pushing in the north now. I think it is the monkey that killed this entire army because it wasn't focusing down the monkey. A small derp move, but we are at 40 minutes into the game. Probably a lot longer for the players, so mistakes like that are reasonable, and the Maglev is finally able to take it out. But the fronts have stabilized for the southern team. Northern team, however, is a lot further on reclaim, surprisingly. Right, I think they actually have reclaim energies moving up to the front line, reclaiming everything. So fair enough. And also being very sneaky, throwing up SAMs on this entire area, and not allowing any air control for the southern team. T3 HQ is at 60% again for Lord Ruffle. But there is now just a T3 aggro going up for Love Me Some Rise, so that will probably deal with that. In the meantime, Nuke is around a third done, or a third loaded. Still no SMD. But there's a scout about to fly over, so they will notice any moment. Need to scout this, they were aware of that, and they just figured out that there's a nuke. And it just got pinged out, so now they will definitely be building a SMD. Yes, Patron has just been started. Now it also still has to load, but I don't expect that to be too much of an issue. Eco still ahead with over 100 mass or around 100 mass for the southern team. And I just missed 2 finished next experimenter. I just saw that next experimenter finished, because I wasn't paying attention on that part of the UI. I think that may have been Hyper with another Megalith. There is now just mass T1 RT, just mass Suis, coming out from Lol Ruffle. Lol Ruffle just deciding to meme this game to the end. Bricks being quite effective at dealing with T1 spam, as they do have a high fire rate for their DPS. Unlike the Percival being the UF counterpart in that, being the Percival, which relies on a very high alpha strike for the DPS. Though technically the Percival would be superior, trading slightly better in 1v1 in a 1v1 situation. The higher fire rate, in my opinion, is still just generally better than high alpha, as you are better able to deal with low HP targets. And thus also harder to swarm. Next experimenter just finished before Rekiffer. I think that was just, yes, it was just Maglev being gifted over. The nuke now 2/3 loaded. How's this SMD looking? It's around halfway loaded. So that may actually completely load in time. SMD now also thrown up for Lol Ruffle. That one will definitely not load, having just been finished. It will be very close on this SMD. Saying that are they stalling? Not quite yet. I think they still have enough in the storage to finish the... yeah, they are definitely able to finish this before they run out of their storage, so whatever. The Megalith's now just able to keep firing onto this army, nearly killing the GC, and now taking out the spam of T3, but taking some heavy damage from these spread strikers. Engineers being sent to repair, though I don't think that will be doing too much. And this weird graphic effect of the Maglev just doing things. That may be the effect of the megalith laying an egg. It's not really something I see that often, as not a lot of players actually use that feature of the megalith to spawn units, but there did not seem like there was an egg being laid, so that wasn't it. And one megalith going down. However, where one falls, another one comes up to take its place. At the same time, a Yothofa also moving up, helping to defend. Yothofa, of course, being better suited for these defensive situations as a direct assault unit, unlike the megalith, which is more relying on its higher range as a siege unit, even though it does have a very high HP pool. Not quite as bad as the Fat Boy for the UEF, which does not have an HP pool and completely relies on range, but yes. Second megalith just went down. A third one is moving in that direction. And the amount of Suez has increased further. Let's take a look how many T1 factories do we have. 37. Though they are now starting to go down to these bricks that ran by. Still, that will be able to shit out these Suez at a scary rate. In the meantime, the chicken did go down, the lightning storm dealing some damage to his army, but being too far away to actually do significant amounts of damage. This GC, however, did go down, and the army moved just about close enough to that lightning storm could do some more damage. Another chicken just arrived, helping defend, and this is a massive reclaim field. Whoever gets this will probably have the eco to win this game, and they're already and she's out for Rockefeller starting to reclaim right here. Thorn is already pinging out the SMDs now. This SMD has finished loading, and so is this actually. And the nuke just finished loading, so I was wrong with the SMD for Lorov and not loading in time. Well, let's take a look what is actually being covered by that. Right, this covers up to there. This covers up to there, so it may be possible to edge nuke right through there, but not with any serious. But there is no real thing there to actually edge nuke from there, so whatever. Now, something to watch out for is the SAR currently under construction. And also I just realized that there is a tally snipe going for that SMD. And Powersaw just let the shield right here to collapse. ACU came in, SMD goes down. There's no tally out yet. Questionable. T1PD is being thrown up. Nuke is going out for the air grid. But the DPS is very high, and I think Hyper will die here. Yes. Hyper does go down to the consequences of that tally snipe. Now, with that, the kills are now even again. Or, yes, the kills are now even again. And players have equalized again. That will be very nice for the Northern team now, since they were doing quite well with being one player down, and now having the same amounts of players is probably gonna be very good for them. Now, another GC going down up here. The megalith taking a lot of damage, but just about surviving, and due to the veterancy it got, it's now also regenerating again. Though these 100,000 HP regen that are missing will take a lot of time to regen with these 50 HP regen. In the meantime, this chicken further north is now pushing into this production position. The accurate for Lofton Samurais has been taken out by that nuke. Base that formerly belonged to Hyper has now been gifted over to Sanaman, who has immediately started working on a second nuke. Fair enough. Right, the Veterancy was got resetted due to the nuke being launched before Hyper died, and thus the and due to that the nuke launcher changed hands after the kills, I guess, or since it's technically no longer the same nuke launcher. Subcom does be weird about that. Threats now being used to try and defend against the Smegaliths. Airfighter also having started, but that one seems to be going in favor of the Southern team. Map control is now again basically spread around the middle, and Lofton Samurais, seeing the writing on the wall, decided to recall, and Low Ruffle agreed to that. There was a bug under construction up here in the north as well. I noticed this one down here by Saruman. Sanoman, not Saruman. Saruman is a movie character. The star was still under construction, but with them losing air, of course, these air experiments wouldn't have done a lot. I hope you enjoyed the cast. Hope to see you again on the next one. This has been streamed live on Twitch. YouTube still doesn't allow me to put links in the description, so that will probably have to wait a while. Probably something like 2 or 3 more weeks. I will try to remember to add links as soon as that's possible. But yeah, the link to my Twitch is on my channel page at least. At least I can put links there. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the cast. Hope to see you again on the next one. Until then, bye!